Hi, this is Gerald Watson, and welcome once again to On the Money. Today we're starting a new three-part series called ERC Financing Potential Deal Killers. And we've talked about some of these a little bit before in some of our previous emails, but today we're going to start to really drill down on some of the ones that are biggest problems, biggest potential issues for not getting your ERC funded. And we're going to start with UCC filings. UCC filings, for those who aren't familiar, by the way, stands for Uniform Commercial Code, and essentially it's a piece of paper that's filed with the Secretary of State in your state, filed by a secured lender to ensure that they have in first position typically on the collateral that you're providing to secure their loan. Who does them? Could be a commercial bank, could be the SBA. For many of you who've gotten idle loans, you probably, if it's over a certain amount, probably have to sign off on a UCC filing for those. Could be a factoring company, could be and even an MCA lender. UCC filings, there's all types in terms of the type of collateral coverage that the lender uses. It could be equipment, could be receivables, it could be what's called a blanket UCC filing, which covers all business assets. They kind of vary based on the lender and the type of loan that they're providing you with. So why do they do it? They do it to secure themselves. They want to be in first position. So if it's like a first mortgage on a house in terms of a UCC filing. So what kind of problem does that create for your ERC lender? Well, yeah, it depends. For some ERC lenders, UCC filings are a problem. For others, it isn't. Just depends upon sometimes it's situation by situation. But for those where it is that do pull and do look at UCC filings, typically they will want to, your ERC lender will want to be in first position at a minimum on the proceeds from the ERC refund itself. So what do you do? Well, what are the options? Well, one, it depends on your situation. Every situation is different. From a lender's point of view, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? We've all heard that saying. And so different kinds of situations will depend upon require different kinds of solutions and options. What are the situations that you're in? One is that you could have, you could be current and compliant on any loan that you may have with a bank or MCA or factoring company or whatever, equipment leasing company, whatever it is. You could be current against, or you could be behind on some payments, or you could be way behind. Or you could actually be in what's called a forbearance situation, which is a workout plan, a workaround plan, maybe revised payments. Or worst case, you could be in default. So what can you do? What are the options with regard to addressing the UCC filing issue that you have with them so that you can now get your ERC finance? It's only about 2 or 3 options, okay? The first option is you can pay it off, right? Write them a check. In most cases, it's probably not a practical solution, but the reality is that's one way to get rid of a UCC. Just write a check and pay for it. Second option is to do what's called a carve-out. Now, what's a carve-out? A carve-out is, you'll hear the word subordination sometimes used, right? Where the lender that has the blanket filing on all business assets agrees to let your ERC lender move into first position on the proceeds from the ERC itself. So they're carving out the collateral, and that's all they care about. And the third option is a carve out with a payment plan. So let's talk about, and you're based on your situation, which of those 3 might work best for you with regard to addressing the UCC problem. First of all, if you're current and in good standing, again, the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the reality is, folks, most lenders don't like giving up collateral. So if you're current, it could be a problem. They don't want to give it up. Even a carve-out. Just depends on the type of lender. Or you could be behind or way behind. Now, there's a potential opportunity for maybe a portion of those ERC proceeds to be used to help to get you caught up. That's where a carve-out could come in, or even a payoff. The third is a carve-out with a payment plan. And if there's if you're in a forbearance or in a default status, that actually could work. You know, I've got a client right now. Actually, they've got they've been approved for the ERC, but they've got 2 MCAs, both in default. So what we did was we stepped in, we worked with the ERC, with the MCA lender, negotiated a very substantial discount, paid them right off in funding proceeds. That problem went away. So the options really kind of boil down to where you stand, what your situation is. That's why it's so important up front to take a look in the mirror, better understand. We'd like to help you do that. If that's you have an interest in getting a handle on it, what you want to do before you apply. Hope that helps, folks. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed visiting with you. If you have any other questions, like to talk more about UCCs, how you can address them based on your situation, be more than glad to. Just feel free to reach out to us at info@ertclending.com, or if you'd like to schedule a no-cost consultation with us, I'd be more than glad to visit with you. Gerald Watson, ERTCLendingNetwork.com. Thanks you so much, and look forward to talking to you again soon.